Okay, so we're about to dive into a story that honestly sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel, but I promise you it is 100% true. And it all kicks off with something as simple as a home renovation, a renovation that accidentally stumbled upon one of the most incredible discoveries of the entire 20th century. It's a question you probably don't really think about much. I mean, sure, maybe you'd find some old wiring, some, I don't know, questionable insulation, but what if you found something else? What if, behind just a plain old basement wall, an entire lost world was just waiting?
All right, let's set the scene. It's 1963. There's a guy in this town in Turkey called Darren Kuyu, and he decides, you know what? Time for a little home improvement. So he's down in his basement getting ready to do some work, and he sees this weird, kind of crumbly wall. And, well, he does what pretty much anyone would do in that situation. He grabs a sledgehammer.
And boom, with just one swing, the whole thing just crumbles away. And behind it, not more rock, but a void, a pitch black, silent tunnel leading straight down into the earth. This guy hadn't just knocked down a wall, he had just blasted open a doorway straight into history. So, what was on the other side of that hole in his basement? Well, it wasn't some little cellar, it wasn't just a natural cave. It was an ancient, absolutely massive metropolis carved right out of the soft volcanic rock of the area. We're talking about a whole city, completely lost and forgotten, sitting just a few feet underneath his house. So you're probably asking, okay, how big are we talking here? Well, just think about this number for a second. 18. That's right. This underground maze goes 18 stories deep. 18 separate levels, all heading down, down, down into the earth.
And in total, that's a plunge of 279 feet. I mean, to really get a picture of that, imagine taking an entire skyscraper and just burying it straight down underground. This wasn't just a simple shelter. This was a vertical world.
And now for the number that is just mind-blowing. 20,000. That's how many people they think this underground fortress could hold. An entire city's worth of people, plus their animals, plus all their food, could literally just disappear from the surface and live completely safely down below. Okay, so this all brings us to the biggest question, right? The big why. Why on earth would anyone go to such insane lengths to build a city underground? The answer, when you get down to it, is pretty simple, and it's one of the oldest human drivers there is. Survival. Yeah, Derinkuyu was basically a massive, ancient doomsday bunker. Now, some of its first tunnels might be thousands of years old, but it really got a major upgrade from people called the Phrygians. Later on, it became this crucial safe haven for early Christians trying to escape persecution from the Romans. And for centuries after that, it protected people from raids during the Arab-Byzantine Wars. So you see, it wasn't built for just one enemy. It was built for survival against any enemy. And look, when I say bunker, don't picture some concrete box. This was a true, totally self-contained world. It had everything a whole community would need to survive for months, maybe even years. We're talking living quarters, places for animals, wine presses, and get this, even schools and chapels, all linked up by this incredible labyrinth of tunnels. And the way they designed its defenses? Absolutely brilliant. The entrances were guarded by these huge 1,000-pound stone doors. They were basically giant stone wheels. Seriously, it's like something straight out of an Indiana Jones movie. You could roll them into place to seal off a tunnel. But here's the genius part. They could only be moved from the inside. That made the city pretty much impossible to break into. So when you just step back and put all these pieces together, the story of Derinkuyu is, well, it's breathtaking. The sheer scale of the engineering, the complexity of the society that lived there, and the fact that it all stayed hidden for so long, it's almost unbelievable. I mean, just think about that for a second. An 18-story city for 20,000 people, lost for who knows how many centuries, and it's found completely by accident by a guy knocking down a wall in his basement. It's just an incredible testament to human ingenuity and, a reminder of the secrets our world is still holding on to. And that really leaves us with one last kind of spooky thought, doesn't it?
If a place like Dirinkuyu could stay hidden right under everyone's noses for all that time, only to be found by pure chance, it really makes you wonder, what else is still out there? How many other hidden worlds are just waiting right beneath our feet?